Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks for holding this legislative hearing today, and also thanks for our witnesses for being with us today. Nuclear power offers the United States a reliable, carbon emissions-free source of energy. I'm happy the subcommittee is looking at a host of legislative proposals to accelerate the deployment and utilization of nuclear energy. I am especially grateful that we are examining a discussion draft of my updated Nuclear Fuel Security Act. And Mr. Chairman, before getting to my question, I ask unanimous consent to submit into the record this letter of support for my bill from the Uranium Producers of America.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Goff, and again, thank you very much for being with us. I hope you share my sense of urgency regarding the United States' dependence on Russia for nuclear fuel, especially considering Russia's invasion of Ukraine. We currently rely on Russia, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan, two nations within Russia's sphere of influence, for nearly half of our natural uranium purchases. Will you address the importance of ensuring that the U.S. has robust domestic capabilities at each step in the fuel cycle, including the production of natural uranium through conversion and enrichment?
Yeah, based on Russia's unprovoked and unjustified invasion of Ukraine, I think that does highlight that Russia's not a reliable supporter of energy security for any nation. So yes, I share your concern that we do have a significant reliance, especially on enrichment and conversion activities from Russia, and we need to be able to working with our allies, replace that with a more assured supply, preferably domestic, additional domestic capacity here in the United States for enrichment, but also we could be working with our allies. So yes, I do share that concern, and that it's a very important issue that we need to move forward in a very timely manner here.
Well, you might agree that it's important to increase our domestic capabilities. The speed with which DOE is acting tells another story. DOE is moving especially slow in implementing HALEU availability program, which Congress directed through the Energy Act of 2020. Perhaps this is why companies like Centrus and TerraPower are moving forward with their own plans to collaborate on domestic production of HALEU, given DOE's absence. What are you doing to accelerate implementation of HALEU availability program?
We did just complete the review. The comments are just in from the draft review for the draft RFP that was issued. Yes, it did take a while to get that draft RFP out. There was a lot of interagency review to make sure that we got that right. We have now gone through the comments and are working to address those comments in what will be the final RFP to, again, incentivizing moving forward on the HALEU activities. But yes, we share your concern that we need to be moving rapidly, especially on that activity, to provide high-assay, low-enriched uranium to be able to support, especially those advanced reactor demonstration programs moving forward here.
Okay, let me follow up, because it sounds like there's a lot of interagency discussion going on, but will the proposed Nuclear Fuel Security Act help speed up the program's rollout?
It does provide, highlights a number of things that, that the Secretary could get involved in to be able to make sure we have assured LEU supply and high-assay, low-enriched uranium supplies. We are working already, though, I'll note, on trying to, within the department, find as much material that we can to provide for those companies as well. So, yeah, many of those actions would.
Well, let me just, not that I'm picking on you, let me ask another question. After reviewing the public comments, it is clear that the nuclear industry has deep concerns with DOE's draft HALEU request for proposals. How does DOE plan on addressing these concerns, and will you commit to further outreach with the industry prior to the finalization of the RFP?
We do commit to further outreach to the industry as part of that, and we are working now to see how we want to address some of those comments that came in to make it an effective program. We want it to be an effective program that will incentivize that new capacity. So we appreciate the comments that we got from the stakeholders in the industry, and we're have just gone through the review of those and are working to see how we can address those and incorporate them in a final RFP.
Well, I appreciate your comments, because again, for me and for members of this committee and others, it's very important that we do go forward, because again, we want to make sure that the United States is not dependent, with over 50% of our uranium out there coming from pretty much, you might say, untrusted sources. So it's essential, and I hope that carries over to the department. And Mr. Chairman, my time has expired, and I yield back the balance.
I thank the gentleman from Ohio, and I recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Peters, 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing, and thank you to the witnesses for being here. I would also want to thank Congressman